Yep.
Welcome to the Arlington Raceway for our weekly instalment of Short Circuit Over Racing, brought to you as always by Speedway Motorsports, and just 3 days away from our showbiz weekend at Ipswich, the National Hot Rod Championship of the World. As always on this particular meeting, something a little bit different with a few guest formulars always welcome here at Eastbourne, and will provide us with some good racing with a difference, and we very much look forward to that here tonight. We start off on track with the Heritage Formula 2 stock cars, rolling back the years with some of these machines, replicas, looking back at how cars were many moons ago. Some of the drivers, some of it tender age as well, some of those in that category as well, but great to see them back here. They are here this evening for what is now the annual running of the Pete Welland Memorial Trophy. We'll come on to more of that in a second. And as you can see, they're here in pretty decent numbers, so we'll come to those in more detail in a few moments' time. We've also got the Women Classic Hot Rods who are here, and again raced a couple of times on the Sussex tracks last year. A lot of drivers Midlands based and further up, so a fair way for them to have travelled here tonight, including one driver all the way from Scotland, although he is pretty used to that. We're great to see the Classic Hot Rods here. Some old favourites from Speedworth, more regular callers, the likes of Charlie Shepherd, Graham Boyd and Craig Boyd, and those two have been in cracking form of late, and will be big favourites to win the Southern Championship here this evening. Plus, something more regular, we've got the Bangers, they're here in a Force Challenge, and in a very good entry as well. So team racing here this evening, they've got the addition of the flag race, which basically means one of the drivers will carry the flag in the final, and that driver will score double points for their team at the end of the night. But lots of those even talk that they might actually be split as well at various times, so we'll wait on further news. On that, before we see the Bangers, who are due at race number 3. Race 2 with the Classic Hot Rods. It's 9 races on the programme tonight, and we start with the Heritage Formula 2 stock cars. And as I say, tonight they are racing for the Pete Welland Memorial Trophy. This is a third running of that particular event. For those that aren't aware and wonder who Pete was a racer, a real proper racer back in the days, who raced in a few classes, super stocks, and finished his racing career in this particular class, which was something he loved, and right up until near his very sad death, he still raced in these. We had the great pleasure of working with him here at the Arlington Raceway as one of our clerk of the course stewards, it was known then, where he did many times. A lot of my first years here commentating were alongside Pete, and many a laugh and many a good moment was had with him. And we always remember a smile when we talk with Pete. And we're going to welcome on to the track now, Mark, Pete's son, who's going to come out onto the track, because the family see fitting that actually a few years on, and after that would like to lay Pete's ashes here at the stadium. So we're going to do that now. Obviously, a few years on, they're going to do that, got some flowers as well to lay to rest. So we welcome them onto the raceway here tonight. I've had a real bad effect on this one because I knocked him over just a few minutes ago. What's his name, Mark? Rory. Apologies, Rory, for knocking you off your chair a few minutes ago. So we welcome those guys here. They are going to scatter Pete's ashes here at the stadium, something that he would have loved, although he raced at many circuits in his time. Arlington Raceway was very much his home track, as I say, having worked here as well for so many years. Only fitting that years on, that the family have decided to scatter Peter's ashes here at a track he loved, and well, not only loved racing, but loved being at. So our thanks to those for being here. We'll see members of the family to present the trophies later on in the evening as well. So quite a nice touch to start the evening with here this evening. So that race for our first action only just a few moments time. The drivers lined up in graded order, and we'll get them underway in just a few moments. Always always good to see these. Despite the age of some of these cars, dare I say drivers, never worried about holding back. 42 down here on the home straight. Young Paul will be first on the track. He'll be the one that they're all trying to catch, based from Ipswich. So we wish him well as he goes off in pursuit of victory. Here's the first of the cars that we see. There's 525, who's right behind those. And 536, Charles McBarnes. 107 behind that is Dan Chipley, who is next on the ranks. And then behind those is John Perrott in 580. Hard to see the sun makes a nice change as opposed to rain. Moving over to the back straight, 347 is Ian Johnson. 728 on his inside is Graham Bunter. Behind Graham is 886, which is Brian Owen. Always goes so very, very well. And Jim Cannon in 135. Further round towards the non-existent scoreboard, 559 is Phil Hickington from Leamington Spa, I have you know. And then behind him, the ever-familiar Mike Wilmsey from 869, who's done an awful lot of winning in this particular class over the course of time. And he will be very, very hard to stop here this evening. So we wish him the very best of luck. And Phil Smith alongside of him. Star Marshal, nice to see him back tonight. Thanks for turning up, Marquez. He'll be ready to flag them away for the first action of 9, potentially 10 races here at the Arlington Raceway tonight. Absolutely perfect racing conditions. Bag of team racing to come, plus also classic hot rods. They're going to be fantastic to watch here at the Arlington Raceway. But we start with the Heritage Formula 2 stock cars. As we say, engines, gentlemen, please, race number 1. Over to you, Mr. Starter.
Oh, but it was 29.
So big flags forward, away we go. First action of the race. Heritage Formula 2 stock cars on the wing. Howard Carlin's next on the call over. Somebody inside the car. It was just quite open. Anyway, race away, 12 laps of the course. 107 down Wolseley's in front, 869 then the leader at the time of the yellow flags. So Wolseley might be about to get his win early tonight. Phil Smith and Brian Owen follow round in behind 347 and 559. But it all turned on 537, turning 760 on the Howsham bend. Three or four others out as well. Wolseley surely set up for the win. We shall see how he goes when we get them back underway in a few moments' time. So opened up like the body of the seas over on the Howsham bend. Even with the leader, the rest are close enough behind though. 3 racing laps when we get back underway in a matter of moments. At 869, Wolseley used all his experience over there on turn 3 to just apply the brakes and managed to see off the last bit lunge and come through and take the first win of the night. We'll see him on his lap on the next. Here he is then down the raceway. Now saying that he very rarely goes away from one of these meetings without a win. And there it was. That was the parting of the sea, by the way, at the end. But you need a bit of luck every so often. Here's the man that does it. Class driver has always been very, very good since he raced these. It's Mike Wolseley from Vauxhall. Here he is on his lap of honour. Championship of the World at Speed Weekend, Ipswich this weekend. Always a great weekend of racing. To the Hong Kong World Final, Superstock European Championship as well, all part of the fun. National Saloon Stock Cars, bangers, the kids there as well, 1300cc stock cars, and stock rods, to name a few. Fantastic weekend, all at Ipswich this coming weekend. If you've never been contemplating something to do this weekend, well worth the visit. Full details on the Speedway website and Facebook pages. Always a fantastic spectacle to make sure you are part of that this coming weekend. Well, next up we have more from the Heritage Cars Race 5 and after 12 laps on the course. Right, go back to the years now, so we go through the decades as some of the older generations like who we looked after. can't blame him because that was time of perfection. Just missing out in the first one when it looked like he was going to win for a long way, having been spun out. But coming through to pick up the 107 car where it mattered. Good drive it was, and here he is to take a race winner at Arlington. It's Howard Cardew in 760 on the latest lap of honor.
Yeah, bring it.
Not heard that much. You weren't the only one dancing, Karen, I'll give you that. So we're on to the finals. Thanks for your patience. There was a bit of clearing up to be done after the bangers, but I'm sure you enjoyed those. Here we go, the first of tonight's finals. This is the Heritage Formula 2 cars. This will be over 16 laps of the course. We wish them all well. Enjoy the rest of this night. 3 finals to come, and here's the first of them for the Heritage cars. Let's go back to Mr. Starter. Here we go for the first of tonight's finals. Each other up, and that's allowed 107 more both in front. Although 537 has got stuck on the back straight, fortunately gets himself moving now though, and the Scottish Open winner is Campbell. So all of a sudden 107 has a huge lead here, is well ahead. 580, John Perry is second. 762 is flying up to third, but this leader had a huge lead in the previous race, couldn't quite last out. Can he last out in tonight's final? This is lap 6 of 16. And it's 107 starting from the front. Dan Chipman runs 580 and 760 and then 810-6. As we head down into turn 3 again, and the lead car has an eye on the front, down to 107, and one of the drivers is coming through, on the far side, fantastic. But the back is close, he is halfway next time as a starter, and the leader is moving to the building. So halfway stage for 107, 580. To the right, just in the box, as though we are heading forward. So the far side getting better lead, which was a dozen lengths a couple of laps ago, is now down to 4. So here we go, 107, 762, 69. Everyone will be at Pete Welland Memorial Meeting 2019, as they hit the far side then, and 107 in the front. Dan Chipman to lead, now on 1 legs as they come through, and it's down in 5 next time, 107 about to be passed. car as they head to the far side. Bumper goes in from Ramsey. He comes up to challenge. And now goes second. And still is leader as the two take a whole much longer. 2 laps to go. 580, 869 and 716. They head into the final 2 laps there. And Ramsey makes his challenge. And the first hit thing. And that was a fortunate one, but nothing fortunate about this. Here goes the bumper. And the winner's force one. There's a lap to go. And now it's a straight fight between 869 and 716. There's a back market right in the way here. And Martin, this is not the greatest place to be. And 869 is forcing him. And letting him know that as he goes into the final lap. And the final bends. And 869 comes round the turn. In 2019, we're going to Mike Ramsey at 869 and a 716, and behind that 580, and a long time leader Alex the rest come through in complete distance. And as they do that, the red flags can go out to end a good race on a good night of Heritage Formula 2 stock cars. And Mike Ramsey, the winner of the Pete Welland Memorial Trophy for 2019, will see him on the raceway along with the other winners in just a matter of moments. A good race that was. Hope you enjoyed those tonight. 2 finals still to come. Classic hot rods on finish to the end of tonight's Heritage Formula 2 stock cars, and the top 3 down on the start finish line. Coming home in 3rd place, we have Mark Pink's son to do the honours on trophies that we saw at the start of tonight's programmes. He's about to give away the trophies. 3rd place, long time leader, and just with a lap or 2 to go, it looked like he might just hold on, but it wasn't quite to be. Nevertheless, 3rd place tonight for 580, John Perrott. Well done, John. He takes 3rd place in tonight's final. He takes the 3rd place trophy. Well done to the 3rd place driver. Coming home in 2nd, when it looked at one stage as though he was in just the right place, tracking the leaders, and got first run on 869, but in the end it wasn't quite to be. But nevertheless, he'll take 2nd place, and another good set of results tonight. Well done to the ever familiar Phil Smith in 716 off Oxfordshire Way. Well done to Phil in 762. But coming through to take a fitting win in the final, a man that's been in this class pretty much from the beginning and would have raced against Pete many times over the course of the career, and coming through to take it time to perfection. As I said at the start of the night, the very first win may have had a touch of fortune about it when they all went out ahead of him. No fortune about that. Coming through to take tonight's final and to win the Pete Welland Memorial Trophy for 2019. It's 869, Mike Walmsley. Well done to Mike. And he takes the main trophy here this evening. So well done to he in the 869. Of course, Mike, he lives a stone's throw away from Vauxhall Stadium, where we'll all be heading for the weekend for the big speed weekend. We'll put the top 3 aboard the pace car along with Mark and our excellent trophy presenter, who will go for a ride in the car once the photos have taken place. And our thanks to all the Heritage F2 guys for their efforts this evening. We have 2 races to come. The Southern Championship for the Classic Hot Rods, that comes up next. That's followed by the Bangers, and the final flag race of the night will be underway with those very shortly. Meanwhile, here's the lap of honour in tonight's Heritage F2 cars.